argument here? And the closing argument here? He's in the restroom. Okay. Well, while you're waiting for your team member to come back, let me just make it clear to you, and I'm glad one of you brought this to my attention, the novels that you so immensely enjoy, I need them back. They're not yours to keep, so why don't you start now figuring out where they are. The books that you have, I need those books back. I don't want them today. Bring them back. On Tuesday, we'll be here at 11 o'clock, and on Tuesday, you will hear from the moderators only. The moderators will give you their interpretation of the debate. They will share with you the strengths and weaknesses of the arguments that they heard, and they will give you the winner of the debate. So please do not attempt to speak with the moderators or offer them any bribery
They already asked for
in
bribery,
order
so you got to talk to
get them to support your argument. All of you did an excellent job thus far. And no matter who they call as the winners, you're all winners.
That's you all winners. It's the end of the season speaking. I know you guys fought hard.
Characteristics. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Future.
Okay, so as we're wrapping up, each team will have 2 minutes. It's not enough for you? 2 minutes?
That's all you got?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to introduce your final closing argument.
You can't get your minute.
Well, there's a class that may be coming in here.
Yeah, we need to wrap up. You can't say what you got to say in 2 minutes.
And after the debate is over, Dr. Jefferson has some words for you as well. So we'll start where we began earlier with the pro team, and we'll end with the con team. And we're ready now.
Y'all ready?
You going first or we going first?
We go first.
Pro team?
My name is Danny Smooth, pro team, Johnson class, English 28. To address some of the questions from the moderators, things like that. For your question, as far as me and my sister, she went to school, but I started my own business. And we both lived in the hood. I grew up around Disciples all my life. And I started Gucci Promotions, which is still in existence now in Chicago, and we brought house music to the mainstream. To some of the other questions, I just kind of sort of round them up and put them together is because where are we? We're in an educated what? Environment. Everything you do in your life is going to be in an environment. You can't get around it. Your genetics means nothing. What if an Asian girl, parents die, and she grew up in a black family and she can cook soul food now versus fixing rice or anything else? Why would she do that? It's because she was raised in a certain environment. It has nothing to do with her genetics. It's just like you coming from Texas and you coming from Cincinnati. Both of y'all done changed. Why? Not because of your genetics, because of your environment. Environment don't go anywhere and it doesn't change. Only thing changes about environment is the money that's in the environment, not the environment. Because no matter how high you go, you're going to have drug dealers, prostitutes. In the hood, in the hood, it's a crackhead. In the rich areas, they're the jet set because they got enough money to keep the bins and pay the bills, but they're still a junkie. So the environment is just one. And you make it what you make it. But it's going to shape and mold you because it did me. It did you and everybody else in this room because you can't get around it. It's here. It's going to be here. It was here before we got here. It's going to be here before when we leave here because this is what we all are part of, an environment. It doesn't matter if you live here, there, on the other side of the world, you're still going to be in your own environment.
All right,
My name is Gary for English 28, Mr. Johnson, and I'd like to thank everybody that's here today. But well, just for clarification real quick, I'd just like to let it be known that both Jabari, myself, and Mr. Valentine spoke a little bit more about nurturing, so this wasn't an all genetic thing. I think we were pretty balanced there, is my opinion. But I'd like to talk quickly. You know, if I'm to buy into the pro side, you know, that's pretty much, we're doomed here, man. Because if we're going to be the direct product of our society, none of us will be sitting here in college right now. You know, just before the Reconstruction times in the 1940s, you know, we had these classes called sociology to talk about the strain theory. So most of the development of these issues that we become strained and compromise our liberty to do other things just to make ends meet, you know, was placed there for us. But at the end of the day, it's all about our own social responsibility. The difference between the two Westmores, they were the same age, lost their fathers, you know, they both got in trouble with the law, they both were having problems in school, but one Westmore had a mother, just like I did, who kicked and fought with all the love in her to make critical decisions and kept smashing on him and put him in a military school that he ran away from 5 more times. But he had some men around him that kept giving him suggestions, kept reaching out to him until it finally took root. He found some men and women that believed in him. And he made the statement in a PBS interview that he did on television. He said, if people expect you to do well in school, you do well in school. If people expect you to graduate, then you graduate. If people expect you to be on a corner selling drugs, then that's what you do as well. So we've all been subjected to this strain theory. And his whole opinion was that, you know, our life is our choices, man. Again, you know, we've all grew up in the hood right here in South Central LA. If we were the direct product of our environment, we'd be out there gangbanging, selling dope. Every black and brown body here. I have too much evidence in this room to say it ain't true. I got Dr. Gabru, I got Ms. Odom, I got Mr. Link, straight from Compton. We got this whole room is filled with people who are right now ahead of the game, exception to the rule, based on their own decisions.
I want to say, man, that's amazing. That was amazing. What do? We usually have one side square up against the other side. What do we usually do? Fight. We usually putting them up, right? But what are we fighting with today? Words. We're fighting with this mind. See, that's what we can do. That's what they say we can't do. Black and white people say we can't do. Have y'all heard the term forensics? Everybody ever heard the term forensics? Everybody know what that is? What is that? Science. It's a science, but also it's another use for the word. It's what you're doing right now. It's debate. And there are community colleges across the nation, actually, that have what they call forensics teams. And they line up and they debate and they train, stuff like that. Y'all, man, y'all did amazing. Y'all really like we can have some here on campus. We can invite some other colleges here on campus, and we can host something. So if y'all want to do something like that, man, I'm sort of privileged y'all today that I'm willing to do something like that for y'all. So y'all those of y'all who are interested, please let Professor Turner-Odom know. Put your name down and put your phone numbers down, and we're going to get something together real soon, and we can do something like real legit serious about it. But I don't want to go and put no work in and get some stuff put in place, and y'all flake out on me. So I need y'all to commit and be men of your word and commit if you want to do that. All right?
I'm catching responses if you guys want to.
Pro team go in, you know, I make sure go in. It's nasty. Pro team on the cons team, he's nasty. The cons team is all nasty. You know what I mean? This is my son, he want to be like me because of my environment. No, the H-Town get down. Don't do Cincinnati, you know, I'm a Cincinnati.
I'm getting responses. Can I have some responses from the moderator?
This was a good debate. It was very engaged, and they argued their sides really good. So we'll be back Tuesday to let them know who the winners are.
Good job.
I'm getting responses.
Yes, once again on the debate as a moderator, I was just clearly trying to let the con team know that they have a two vice argument that they can use against the pros that's only dealing with one, environment. Closing arguments was very strong by Gary because he made it a very strong point of environment that we all come from, gangbanging, shooting and killing and drugs. If we was a product from our environment, we will all still be doing that. But looking at us here, it's not dealing about environment, it's dealing about nature and nurture. And nurture is the teaching of one that's going to guide us. Closing argument.
Let me